on. So we're in the garden. There they are. So come on then, let's go. Come on, let's go. Right. The kids are here watching a bit of TV. Say hi, Team Elvis.
Hi, Team Elvis.
Crisps, yeah, it's sticking to your hand. It's a bit of magic. Okay, guys, let's go. Come on then. Right, guys. It's time to walk the dogs. Come on then. No, there's two here. There's two here. That's right, there's two here. Right. Right, I know you're excited. Right. Just hooking up the dogs, guys. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, right, let's do a walk before we go shopping, yeah? Okay. Right, we've got... Oh, it's windy. Windy, oh my... Why do I keep having windy days? You know what that means? It means my hair is going to be atrocious. Ugh. So we've got perfect sunshine, but cold, strong wind. Sorry guys. So we've got perfect sunshine but cold, strong wind. Not good. And we've got snivelly nose as well. So look, snivelly. Right, okay. Okay. So defending Elvis Presley. I'll tell you what, just in this little spot here, there's no wind, my hair is fine. Now I know when we get around that corner, that wind is gonna pick up, blow my hair around. Ugh, make me look like I've got a wig on. Trust me, it's not a wig. So here we are. Got a jumper tied around my waist because in case it's cold. My emergency jumper. Okay, so defending Elvis Presley, fans want the truth. In case you're new to this channel, we also have Elvis Presley Fan on Keto, which is also for our health, for our diet. We care about what we eat, so we live longer and live healthier and even lose weight. The keto diet, look it up. But it also discusses Elvis. That's Elvis Presley Fan on Keto on YouTube. We also have Elvis Presley Long Lost Footage. Hi Helen. Elvis Presley Long Lost Footage is like a secret channel that we use. It mainly has vintage clips on it. I don't use it that often. Still like it though. It's one of our children, isn't it? And then our Facebook page is Elvis Presley, Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page, which is shooting towards 8,000 people that have joined it or liked it, whatever you call it, follow it. It's getting about 100 comments a day at the moment. So Elvis, so please like or join, whatever you call it, like or follow our Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page. So we are busy, guys. First Best Giggy. Hi there, where are you? What country are you in? So I'm in Southwest UK. My name's Louis, I'm 58 in July. And with Team Elvis, I run a Defending Elvis Presley channel on YouTube. Texas, all right, you were on yesterday, is that right? Welcome. It takes a while for people to join us. We'll have a little walk, we'll see how many tag on to us. Yeah, I do remember, I'm pretty sure you were on yesterday. So, as I was saying, guys, it's beautiful and sunny, but very windy. So, Defending Elvis Presley, what's it all about? Come on, should we sort of discuss it a little bit? Now, Defending Elvis Presley, we're known for many things. We've had an unusual time with this channel. So I always used to be an Elvis channel called Louis' World of Elvis. You look it up, Louis' World of Elvis. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on X. We've had, you know, if you add them all together, we've had tens of millions of views, okay? Now, we started off as a channel, just doing a bit of editing, just using CapCut, a normal editing app that's free, piecing together music, videos, pictures, interviews, documentaries, biographies, bits of movies. And we were sort of, I was quite happily moseying along with doing my shorts. Some of my shorts were getting millions of views on TikTok. But I had 2 TikTok channels. One of them doesn't exist anymore. One of my TikTok channels was literally getting millions of views, as many as 1.5 million, just one video. I think on YouTube, our shorts, the top end ones that were getting the most views, were getting like 700,000 views, 500,000 views. So our shorts were very, very successful, and they were taking ages to make. These shorts were taking me 3-4 hours per short because there was a storyline. Let me just sort the dog out a minute. 1 second, guys. So there was a storyline with our shorts and pictures and videos and clips, all the rest of it. And we were doing wides as well, wide form videos. I always kept them to like 1 or 2 minutes. 1 second, guys. Right, 1 second. Oh yeah. Right. Oops. Right. Let's have a look. Okay, sorry guys. So we're just telling a story about defending Elvis Presley at the moment. So we carried on like that for about, I think, more than a year. We had loads of subscribers, I don't know, 20,000, 20,000 subscribers, millions of views. Everything was fine. So then what happened was the shorts were getting hundreds of comments every day. I didn't have time to respond to the comments. So if you go back to my shorts that are on this channel, yeah, defending Elvis Presley, you'll see thousands and thousands of comments that I didn't reply to because there was just too many. I was getting it, you can't even imagine how many I was getting, guys. It was thousands. And then I used to read as many as I could. I didn't really reply to them. Anyway, after a while, I started reading some of the comments. When I started reading the comments, I noticed that we were getting hundreds of comments that were telling us about the wrongdoing of anyone towards Elvis. So mainly Priscilla Presley, many of the Memphis Mafia, some about Dr. Nick, some about Colonel Tom Parker. So that what I started to notice is that there was thousands and thousands of people, Elvis fans, wanting to defend Elvis. Like, I really started noticing it. It became quite intense. Hi, Tony. I'm talking about how we started out and how we evolved into defending Elvis. So it got to the point where I was reading these comments and I started thinking, I'm going to start responding to some of them. So at first, when we were getting the real negative comments about Priscilla, because of the kind of person I am, I was saying to people, you know, the people that were really trashing Priscilla, I was saying to them, oh, let's be nice, let's be kind, let's be nice. That's how I was responding to these people. So then when I was saying to these people, let's be nice, they were saying no. And Tony, I'm talking about very old comments from a couple of years ago. I'm just discussing it, yeah? So these very old comments from a few years ago, I started saying, come on, let's just be nice to Priscilla. Not knowing the truth. Remember, 18 months ago, I had no idea about the wrongdoing of Priscilla. 18 months ago, I was not defending Elvis. I was just an Elvis channel trying to do short clips talking about Elvis's life. Anything connected to Elvis was in my shorts, whether it be Tom Jones, Muhammad Ali, Neil Diamond, ex-girlfriends, Memphis Mafia, you name it. Anything connected to Elvis, I did shorts and videos about. No defending. Max! No defending, yeah. That's right, someone's screaming behind me. So, God, that actually scared me, that did. That was quite loud. No defending. So then I started looking at these comments and I started thinking, well, let's start reading the comments that are about Priscilla, yeah? So I started reading these comments. People were saying to me, did you know this happened? Did you know that happened? Did you know that Priscilla was unfaithful? Did you know the Memphis Mafia did this? The Memphis Mafia did that? So I started learning a bit about the so-called wrongdoing of Priscilla, Memphis Mafia, etc. So I was telling my wife about it. Did you know they're saying Priscilla's been unfaithful? Yeah, he was scary. He was bloody a big giant man shouting. I thought, oops, let him go. Tony. All right, here we go. Yep. Neighborhood watch. Anyway, as I was saying, so eventually I thought I'm going to start replying to some of these comments. So I started saying, oh, I understand. So people were telling me about Priscilla's wrongdoing. So I just started saying, I understand, but let's be nice. I understand, but let's be nice. So sometimes I'd have a bit of a disagreement with people because they were like, well, why should we be nice? Because of the way she's treated Elvis. And they had a good point. They were like, why are we going to be nice if Priscilla was so mean to Elvis, unfaithful to him, and like with the divorce settlements and the way she treated Lisa Marie? So people were telling me about Scientology, the way that Priscilla threw Lisa Marie into Scientology. So bit by bit, these people are saying to me, I don't want to be nice to her because look how she treated Elvis. You get it, guys? So they're starting to win me over. And I remember having a discussion with my brother and my wife. And my brother was like, well, you can't just ignore the comments. You know, if the Elvis fans are telling you information, why not look it up? See if it's true. And my wife was saying it as well. So this is when I started doing my research. We're talking not much more than a year ago. I said, right, I'm going to start looking it up. So whenever I was getting comments, I would research the comments. All right, okay. So people spoke about the first divorce settlement. I learned all about that. People spoke about the second divorce settlement. I learned all about that. So eventually I started looking up the unfaithfulness. Steve Peck, the dance instructor, a few months after Lisa Marie was born in around, March, April 1968. I looked that up, started learning about that. Then I started looking into the Mike Stone affair that she had with the karate champion secretly for a year behind Elvis's back, and then that carried on. That led to Priscilla taking poor Lisa Marie away from her father. So I started to understand the wrongdoing. One of the big things that really changed my mind was the second divorce settlement. When I learned about how brutal that was, that Priscilla, when Elvis was still very sick, was hammering Elvis for a second divorce settlement that she always promised she would never do. And the amount of money and that a deed of trust was created, and they put this lien on Graceland. So basically there was a debt put on Graceland to guarantee Priscilla would get her money in installments. Elvis didn't have the money, so he had to agree to the installments, agree to the deed of trust. He had to agree to the lien, the charge, the debt on Graceland. So Elvis put himself in a position where he could lose his home, Graceland. Priscilla, guys, nearly owned Graceland. Priscilla, after Elvis died, I've heard, just allegedly, was making threats that if she didn't get what she wanted, she was going to take Elvis's home, Graceland's. Priscilla ended up being a big part of the reason why Elvis had run out of money. Get it, guys? People always talk about Elvis running out of money, and they say that the reason he ran out of money is because he was a spender, because he would buy everyone cars, etc. But I started learning that a big part of the reason Elvis had run out of money when he died was because he had given it all to Priscilla in installments, in payments, in divorce payments. A second divorce that she was really, in my opinion, was not entitled to. So then I started learning about Barry Siegel. Barry Siegel had become a manager on behalf of Lisa Marie, and he had become very friendly with Priscilla. So when Lisa Marie came into a lot of money, and Barry Siegel was employed as her manager, I have a sense so. So Barry Siegel was Barry Siegel was talking Lisa into making these massive investments with her tens of millions that she had in things like American Idol. So there was wrongdoing there, and Priscilla was involved. Priscilla was taking as much as $900,000 a year in payments, which she was not entitled to. Barry Siegel was taking $500,000 a year. This is, leading up to 2016, yeah? Ooh, the wind comes. Remember, Barry Siegel is ripping off Lisa Marie, wasting her money, and Priscilla is his friend, so Priscilla is involved. But then you've also got, eventually, Lisa Marie finds out what's going on, finds out that all her money had been wasted, most of her money had been wasted, and decides to sue Barry Siegel. So he's out of the picture, he loses. I think he tries to counter sue, but in the end, he lost. But whilst this was all going on, Priscilla had made a fortune. Yeah, it's very windy. Vincenzo, very windy. Now, if you step it back 10 years, around 2005, when Priscilla was involved with the sale of Elvis Presley Enterprises and the renting, the leasing of Graceland, even that situation, I'm very concerned about it. Now, Lisa was involved in that process, but I still feel that Priscilla's influence, when that decision was made, that crazy decision to sell off 85% of Elvis Presley Enterprises and to rent Graceland to Elvis Presley Enterprises, it was just madness. But anyway, sorry guys. Anyway, my point is, I started realizing a lot of shit went down. A lot of crap went down. And the victim was Lisa Marie Presley. Financially, she was completely ripped off many times. The other victim was Elvis. Yeah, we don't mind a bit of wind, blow the hair about. It's a good way of getting rid of dandruff, guys. So, the chances of anything are 1,000,000 to 1, my friend. And if you remember War of the Worlds, I've always been a David Essex fan. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Oh, the wind. So I'm telling you my story about how defending Elvis Presley happened. So I get to the point where I'm like, right, I know. I get to the point where I'm like, right, I know that Elvis was a victim, Lisa was a victim, and then it sort of comes out that Priscilla contests Lisa Marie's wishes, that her inheritance goes to her children. That comes along, so eventually it's pretty obvious that there's some serious wrongdoing of Priscilla. Yeah? I'm completely won over. So then I start responding to these comments. But this time I respond in a different way. I respond in a way that agrees with them. So I start agreeing with the comments. Yeah, you're right. Elvis was a victim. Lisa was a victim. Riley is a victim. The poor twins have been ripped off. You get it, guys? So then we start doing our live streams. Now, there's a quick story how we started doing live streams, guys. My camper van, the engine blew up. My 1967 camper van, the engine blew up. So I knew it was going to take me a week to rebuild it. It's a true story, guys. I knew it was going to take me a week to rebuild that engine. So I couldn't do my editing. When you edit videos, guys, it takes ages, it takes forever. Each video can take 4 or 5 hours. And I just didn't have the time because I had to fix the engine. I stripped this engine down, gave it new pistons. It's all on video. I put it on my channel. It's all on video. It's on my channel that is called Louis' World. On my channel Louis' World, I show all my videos of me rebuilding the engine. Don't worry, Tony, this is over a year ago. Tony, this is over a year ago, okay? It's not cold, Vicente, so no. It's just very windy. Anyway, as I was saying, so what I decided was, yeah, Lenny's good. So what I decided was, guys, that I was gonna do a live stream in the morning. I had never done a live stream before. So I thought, if I do a live stream in the morning, I don't have to edit. The good thing about live streams is you don't have to edit. Yeah? So what I said was this, I was gonna do an early morning live stream. Some of you will remember. Yeah, we love Lenny. Some of you will remember this, yeah? So every morning I would do a 1-hour live stream. Do any of you remember it, guys? Yeah, that sounds cool, Desiree. So every morning I would do a 1-hour live stream. And then I would go and fix the engine. Then I would go and build the engine. So whilst I was building the engine, my first live streams were to nobody. I was doing live streams to nobody. And then I was waking up the next day and my live streams were getting a few hundred views. So I remember thinking, oh, these live streams are doing okay. Now remember, I had never done live streams before. So I remember thinking, oh, these live streams are doing okay and you don't have to edit. It's a lot less work. So through that week, I carried on doing my live streams. And eventually I had a couple of people join me. One of them was Deborah. I think the other one was Linda. So then when I started waking up in the morning, my cousin just United States, just bought a Lamborghini. Wow. So when I started waking up in the morning, I carried on doing these 1 hour live streams. I finished my engine. I did a really good job. I completely rebuilt it. Piston rings, everything. New carburetor, new everything. So the engine was working perfect. I put all that back together. But I'd got used to doing these live streams. And I'd built up some friends on the live streams. Not many. Right, let me let the dogs off. Walk, guys. Okay. Right, we're going to have a little walk. Look where we are. It's lovely, it's beautiful. A bit windy, but beautiful. Look where we are, guys. Let me just I'll take you up these stairs, show you something. The sensor, no. Actually, yes, I did for a while for sensor. Yeah, I did. I did do a college course on mechanics. So, when I was 15, 16. So look where we are. Look how beautiful that is. Now there is a story with mechanics. My father worked for the British Army in Cyprus in the 50s and 60s, fixing army vehicles and aeroplanes. So I always knew that my dad was a bit of a mechanic. So when I was a little kid, when I was like 14, 15, I used to think, oh, I'll be a mechanic. Oh, it's lovely, the sensor, it's peaceful, yeah. So I used to think, oh, my dad was a mechanic for the army, I'm gonna do it. So I bought my first car and restored my first car when I was 16. Yeah. Oh, I love my camper van. You know, it's the best thing. I've had a lot of classic cars. My 1967 camper van is the best one I've had by far. Anyway, it is beautiful, isn't it, guys? Look at this. Look at this, guys. Whee! Beautiful. Right next to the M5. Not right next to the motorway. Ella, princess. Right next to the motorway. You see the motorway sign? It's behind those bushes. Above my head is a motorway sign. Yeah, it is, isn't it lovely? Southwest UK. Princess! Southwest UK, near Bristol. We're 20 miles from Bristol. Anyway, so yeah, because my dad was a mechanic in the army, it made me want to fix cars. So I bought my first car when I was 16 and I restored it. It was called a Hillman Imp. It's a British car, a Hillman Imp. My first ever car, yeah? So I bought a car before I passed my driving test, yeah? Elvis had a Ferrari once and it broke down in the street. Anyway, as I was saying, with the defending Elvis thing, yeah, you do. Desiree, you do. You get to see England in real time. Anyway, so then we start discussing it. I've got this small amount of people. 1973 Carmen Gear, I love them. So I've got this small group of people that have started joining my live streams every morning. Deborah was one, Linda was one, there was a few others. Stacy, I think. I'm just trying to remember all the names, but there was... Some of you are still with me now. So we started discussing that I was doing Elvis stories. It's called Western Supermare. Western Supermare, Google it. Western Supermare. If you type my name into YouTube, Louis McCready's Western Supermare, you'll see me on there. Louis McCready's Western Supermare, I'll come up. Right, as I was saying, guys. So I started talking to Team Elvis. By this time, we were getting 50 and up people joining the live streams every morning. Ah, thanks, Tony. So that's when we started saying, what are we going to call it? What are we going to call it? Loads of people suggested different names, loads of people. I got a feeling it was Linda, was one of the people that suggested the name Defending Elvis. Now, I wanted the words fans want the truth, because the reason I wanted that was because I felt that Elvis fans have been lied to for years and have been having to put up with lies for decades and for decades and decades. All right, okay, Desiree, that's interesting. Let's face it, guys, the only people that have been really defending Elvis in the last 40 years have been Elvis fans. No one else has really stepped up to defend Elvis. It has been Elvis fans. It has been close friends of Elvis. Yeah? Close friends of Elvis stepped up to defend him. And people that work with him, family, like obviously the Smiths. So not enough defending has been happening. Of course, Tony has been, Vincenzo has been. So bit by bit, we all agreed that the new name would be Defending Elvis, Fans Want the Truth. And we have been defending now. I reckon we're past a year now. I need to look at the start date. I think if I go, let's just find Princess a minute. I think if I reckon if I have a good search, I reckon we're over a year now of defending Elvis. Now, I will say this. I never thought defending Elvis was going to be, how can I say it? Woo! So life-changing. I thought it was going to be interesting. I like the fact we were covering all these different topics. I never thought it would have the impact that it has had on my life. Yeah, I agree, Larry. Larry Geller, Billy Smith, yeah. And I'm a big fan of Larry. I'm a big fan of Billy Smith. So, I'm not going to lie to you guys. The defending has been a struggle. It has been a roller coaster ride. But I will also say this. It's the best decision I ever made. Because I'm proud to defend. I'm proud that Team Elvis evolved, because eventually Team Elvis evolved. I'm also proud now that we have a family called Team Elvis, that we've all got to know each other very well, I would say. Now the keto thing, our health, our diet has added to that. So guys, we are defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth, and that's what we're going to be, and that's what we're going to stay. And I will carry on defending with Team Elvis till the day I die. Right, we're going to switch over to the keto channel now, guys. I'll see you on Elvis Presley Fan on Keto. Are we all agreed? Elvis Presley Fan on Keto in straight away. Okay, guys? Literally straight away, I'll sign off and sign back on. Elvis Presley Fan on Keto in 30 seconds.